So let's dive into the current price action of SAU using Shavyfxhub divergent strategy. It's a combination of market structure and divergence in the market. So we're going to see where this price rally started from the bottom, price pushed. We are waiting this zone to return. We are comfortably waiting for price to return at that level. That's an ascending trend line. I like to beautify it, and we're going to call it support, become resistance. That support become resistance. So support SR. We want price to return to this level again. The price return to this level. Yes. So this is another level. We're looking at the price. Price have left us from here. We expect price to return at this level and do the needful. Now the next thing we're going to look at is where do we have the break of structure? Where do we have the break of structure? We have a break of structure here. The support level broken due to bearish impulse. I want to connect it to all the highs. So this is a support buying foundation broken. And you see a bearish impulse. The bearish impulse, price return. Very beautiful structure. The good thing and the beauty of market structure is the market is well structured and documented. The market makers and institutions are hedged. So the problem is from the retail and day traders who do not pay proper attention to market behavior. Everything has graphical representation. It's just like X-ray. When you go for an X-ray, the doctor looks at the X-ray and commence diagnosis. So before you trade, look at the X-ray. X-ray is a chart, and what you find in the chart is the structure of the market, graphical representation of emotion of traders, buying and selling emotion represented graphically. So when you see the emotion of buying, you will see there is a breakout from a resistance psychological level. If you see the emotion of selling, there is a breakout from a psychological support level. If I clone this level, we will be at the roof. This is 4 hours market structure, and I want to correct it as fast as possible because we are looking at break of structure. This is a resistance level, which I will call ROS. ROS means resistance becomes support on break of structure. I would like you replicate it at every position where I find ROS, price return at this level. If you look critically here, you will find another ROS respected. So the next we'll be looking at is the breakout of the structure. We have a heavy bear bullish candle that broke out from the structure, and the return of price to this level was respected. So this becomes SR. When an RS level is broken, it becomes SR. It's not as difficult as we think, but due to heavy terminologies in the market by so-called big traders, they scare you away using all manner of heavy languages that does not represent reality. So what I'm telling you is key things that you need to know. You need to know your RS, you need to know your SR. This is the most common way to explain the market without scaring you with too much terminologies. I'm not a fan of heavy languages. I want to make it as simple as possible for everyone to understand. Shabby FX Hub Divergent Strategy. This is an independent strategy to make the record straight. It does not copy anybody's strategy. We are completely independent. So all we do is to analyze charts based on the structure, based on the motion of buying and selling. So if you understand the graphical representation of the motion of buying and selling of any item, commodity, crypto, whatever it is, indices, you will be on the winning side. So I want to represent this roof with a purple color to further differentiate and make it easy for anyone to understand where we are heading to. So this is my roof. This is a new roof. So got tested on this roof, which is also an RS level, breakout of RX level. We came for retest, which becomes an SR, and heavy bearish impulse continue, which is a temporary correction. We have impulse. This is correction. The correction extended back to the support level. This current support was previously a strong intraday resistance. You can see it. So we're going to clone it on multiple times to show that we have a breakout from the resistance trend line. Here it is the support from resistance. So So here is support become resistance. Yes, so we are right on track. So now you see price return at the same SR level. Now we are faced by an ascending purple trend line, which I believe that price might continue to correct the heavy bullish candle that broke out from the purple line. Technically, we were headed down, but we were stopped by a psychological ascending RSSR trend line. It did what it did based on the structure and the play pattern of the price. Now I expect price to continue to come down to this level, to the purple roof. A broken RS level becomes SR. So we have price test this SR level, got broken, got tapped into the lower floor. It brought the needed liquidity and impulse to push the price further, and we broke this structure. Technically, the market swept liquidity at this level. The reason is because break and retest, it's not 100% guaranteed. If you fail to understand liquidity buy zone, liquidity buy zone, liquidity sell zone. So this is a buy zone. The pressure, the impulse started from a long time ago. Here we have here a support, a break of a support. On return, price respected, 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 disrespected, break of structure. What structure was broken? A resistance structure, an ascending resistance support trend line. It resisted price. Can you see here? Here act as a support, break of a support, become a resistant, become a resistant, become a resistant, break of a resistant trend line. Not just a resistant trend line, but it's telling a story that price has kept higher high, higher low, because for every high is higher than the previous high, keeping optic perspective intact. So when we return to that level, it became an SR. A broken resistance becomes a current support. So when buyers pushed up to break the higher roof, I expect price to return to the purple support level for optic. But we need to look at for further evidence. We also have a break of structure from the upside. On 4 hours, you will find a beautiful break of structure from the upside. What we have here, resistance, resistance, break of a resistance line, return, retest, break of a support level, resistance, 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 before break of the purple line, return to our second layer buy floor, brought in the buyer liquidity, and price has moved up. That move up, we want to capture it with an SR level. Price has moved, broke this structure. I want to label this as black. I have it as black. So you see resistance, 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 resistance on 4 hours before price finally plummets. On getting to the second layer floor, where we have a buy liquidity, this is sell, this is sell, this is sell, a breakout from a sell structure becomes a buy. So price have moved up. We broke the structure. I expect price to return back from a broken resistance structure to become a new support. So we have more few pips down the line. We have more few pip down the line based on the structure of market, based on the structure of market, based on the structure, the price. I believe price will return to this level, the purple trend line. I expect a return to this level. So if price doesn't return to this level, it's not our fault. But I expect price to return to this level. A return to this level will be a double confluence. What makes it a double confluence? From the upside, we have a resistance structure, a resistance structure, a resistance structure. Break out from a resistance structure, return, respected. On 4 hours, we had a consolidation, a buying consolidation from the floor. Price broke out from the structure. We got sustenance from the second layer defense, where we also have a resistance structure, a resistance structure, a resistance structure, break out from a resistance structure, price return. Now we have moved to the upside. Now we expect price to tap into this level, and from the top layer, market create a structure. Remember, the strategy is based on structure of market, especially we look out for break of structure in 4-hour time frame. What we are looking for is break of structure in 4 hours time frame. We're looking at the structure of market. Then we pair it with divergence, which we are not going to display here. So we see from the top side, we have resistance. A breakout of a resistance formed a structure. Price consolidate. We had a buy, but lack of momentum brought price down. And price consolidate again on a broken support level, acting as a resistance level. So we're also going to label it as RS. So we came down and landed on SR level and moved up. And the reason we stopped here is because we have another break of structure. Again, when you look critically, you will find that we have another break of structure from the upside, which I will label it as red. So you see support, 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 breakout of the support line, retest one, retest two. So if you have a sell, don't be surprised. We have, I would like to call it RT. RT means retest candle. So after breakout from this support structure, we have retest one, we have retest two, all on 4 hours time frame. So we have price sinking down. Our fate will be determined by the ability or the inability of the double confluence to hold. If the double confluence holds, then the selling will temporarily stop. The reason is because from the roof, which is a top layer roof purple, we have a resistance structure, we have a resistance structure, a breakout of a resistance structure, retest to a broken resistance structure, now acting as a support structure, a breakout of a support structure, price came down to lower level support structure, bought actively, and Return with a heavy bullish 4 hours candle breaking the structure.